going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different and hopefully fun for you all. We're going to take a look at some of my favorite doomsday, prepping related type movies and documentaries coming right up. But first, let's take a look at this beautiful sky. It is 64 degrees today, and it's absolutely a beautiful day. You can see the sky is just a little bit cloudy, but not bad. Nice and blue. The sun is out, and it's a very, very nice day. But anyway, guys, let's go back in here and take a look at these movies. You can see here by looking at my collection of movies, I have a lot of different movies. I bought most of these at a local pawn shop for $1 a piece. These are like $1 a piece, and stuff like this right here, that was $5 for each season. So some of these here like this was $5, and you can see I got a lot of different movies and a lot of different topics. We'll look at the prep related topics here in a minute. This was interesting documentary series. A lot of it was complete bull crap, non-existent, but it's fun to watch and it's interesting to watch, at least to me anyway. You can see some of the other movies I have in here. Ancient Aliens, I like that. True Grit, more Ancient Aliens. There's all kinds. Pacific War in the Pacific, I mean. Gunsmoke. These were bought at a local pawn shop. The majority of them were, and they were about used at the local pawn shop, and some was actually new. Like this one right here, as you can see, that's still in the wrapper for, I think that was $1, that one was. But most of these were $1, and some of the series was, like this right here, that was $5. And I don't still have the sticker on it from Walmart, so someone may have shoplifted that at Walmart and then sold it at the pawn shop, I don't know. That's not my problem. But you can see all kinds of different movies in here, and this right here, that was a steal at $5 for that series. And all kinds of movies, and movies are good to have, especially like what we're having to deal with now with this coronavirus and self-quarantining, the possibility of self-quarantining, because as you still have power running, you can watch movies and pass your time. And I have a lot of movies. You can see I put these in these notebook type folder things here, and that was a pretty funny movie, Survivors. You can see some of the movies. I mean, I got a lot of movies in here. This was a good one too, and I recommend everyone watch that. Left Behind. A lot of these, as you can see, is like Tour of Duty. I watched this back when I was in my teens, I think it was. And I picked this up at the local pawn shop. There actually was like 2 different local pawn shops that I bought movies from. And the seasons were $5, and individual movies like this was $1 a piece. So you couldn't beat that. And I stocked up on a lot of these movies and stuff. Series, $5. I stocked up on a lot of movies because, like I said, when you're self-quarantining, and you still have power, you can watch movies. If you have solar power, you can watch some movies every now and then and keep you occupied and try to keep your mind off of what's actually going on. It helps it helps just to have something to watch, something to read, some board games to play. This right here is an antivirus I got in there somehow, but this is the antivirus that I recommend everyone get. It's web root. I've used this for several years, and it's always been great. It doesn't slow down the computer. Very efficient. You can tell this is 2011, but I still use the same one right here, the same web root antivirus. Works really well. But see, I got 4 notebooks with movies, more notebooks full of movies, but all kinds of different movies. Monk, that was pretty good series too, and each one of those was $5 a piece. So I'd say in this whole collection of movies in here, I've spent probably all the movies and the series and stuff, I'd say around $500 in these movies. It's takes a lot of time by if you're stuck at home, self-quarantined or sick or something like that and can't get out. It's not really an investment. I don't suggest everyone invest in this many movies, but I got this over several years, picking these movies up at, like I said, the pawn shops for $1 a piece. And at the time, you was having to, that was when a lot of the movie rental places were still operating. You had to go in and rent movies, and to rent a new release was like $5. And old release, like most of these here, was like $2.50 a piece to go in the movie place, like the movie gallery, and actually rent the movie, keep it for 5 days before you had to bring it back. So you was getting at $1 a piece for these. You were getting them cheaper just to buy it from the pawn shop than you were renting those at the like movie gallery or something. So it worked out pretty good. But I got all kinds of movies to watch in case, you get sick, have to stay home for a while, can't get out, can't do nothing. It's good for the winter time when it's cold weather. It's good for, like I said, self-quarantine, especially if you have kids, to keep the kids occupied, because the kids are forced to stay home under self-quarantine. They're going to get restless, they're going to get anxious. You need something to keep those kids busy. But over here is some of my favorite prepper related movies. You can see The Colony. This was a good documentary type series. I really like this. You see I have both of these. And The Colony, that was a good one. I will put a link to these movies in the description bar below, and I'll pin it also in the first comment. You can go check these movies out on Amazon. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm not going to go through the details of every one and the plot and everything, because I don't want to give the plot away on some of these movies. But The Colony was a good series, I thought. And everyone's familiar with Doomsday Preppers. I have all 4 of the Doomsday Prepper series here. Granted, some of it was crap. Some of it was try to make preppers look stupid, but overall it was fun to watch if you're interested in prepping type movies. So I went ahead and bought the whole seasons, all 4 seasons. The Walking Dead. This was one of my favorite, when it first came out. The Walking Dead was my absolute favorite prepper type related series. But The Walking Dead was really good. I think about the first 6 or 7 seasons was good. And then after that, I thought it got completely stupid, and so I stopped watching it. I've not watched it in 3 years now. But the first seasons are good and worth watching, actually. 10 Cloverfield Lane. This was another one that was good. This is pretty recent here, this one is. I think this came out about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's John Goodman plays in it, and it's actually a pretty good movie. Tremors. This is a complete series. This was a TV series. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it's based on Tremors the movies. The movie. I actually also have the whole set in here. This set here has Tremors the TV series, and it also has all 4 Tremors movies. There's one, I think there's a 5th one that I don't have, but I have most of them. I have 4 movies, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I have the complete Tremors series. While it's kind of quirky and it's about big underground worms and flying dragons and things like that, or ash blasters they're calling the movie, the main star of the show is a prepper, which is Burt Gummer, Michael Gross. Michael Gross plays in this movie, and he plays like he's a pro Second Amendment, conservative, conspiracy type theory, survivalist in Nevada. But in real life, Michael Gross is actually anti-gun, as far as I can find out. So when I found that out, it kind of made the movies not as attractive to me, the movies in the television series. But it's still pretty good. It's still watchable, and it keeps, especially if kids occupied and things. And now here's the first season of The Walking Dead. I have season 1 and season 2 of The Walking Dead, and that's the only 2 seasons I have. Another one of my favorite prepper type related movies, Doomsday movies, was I Am Legend. Very good, exciting, very well made, good movie. Doomsday, that's another one that's a good one. I like that one a lot too. The Happening, also good. The Road was excellent. I thought so anyway. The Postman was another one that was excellent. Contagion was also pretty good. This is, your taste might be different than mine, and you might not like the exact same movies I like. These are some of my favorites I picked out to show you out here today. The Day After, 28 Days Later, and Cabin Fever. Carriers, and The Stand, Stephen King. I actually haven't read the book all the way through. I started reading the book and then decided to go ahead and get the movies. The first part of the movie is really good and actually pretty realistic. The first part of the movie is part 1. The second part gets more into the supernatural, mysterious and things like that. So it's not, I wish they'd have stayed back with part 1 and said all the supernatural stuff that comes in part 2. But overall it's pretty good and actually realistic, because in the movie a virus escapes from a lab and pretty much decimates the population. So that part's realistic and makes it more interesting now, considering what we have going on with this pandemic that we have going on right now. Well guys, hope you found the video interesting. Again, your choices might be different than mine. You might like different type movies than I do, so your choices might be different, but I thought today would be a good day to share with you all some of my favorite movies and how I got some of those movies really cheaply. And I thought I'd share it with you all here today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your favorite doomsday prepper related movies, or any movies for that matter? And do you also think, I'd also like to find out what you think, is having a collection of movies like this a good thing for prepping or a bad thing for prepping? Like I said in the video, the first part of the video here, it's to me, it's a good idea to have some movies, maybe not this many, but have some movies to pass the time, especially comedies. I think I wouldn't want to watch a lot of doomsday type movies after doomsday or when doomsday is going on, but I would want to watch comedies and things like that, mysteries and things to keep occupied and then get your mind off what's going on in the outside world, especially if you're self-quarantined, because you want to get your mind off what's going on out there some. You'll still be in the back of your mind, you'll still know it, but maybe by watching the movie you can go back to, in your mind anyways, to the way things were when things was more normal, when before all the bad stuff has actually happened. So having these movies is a good thing, I think. Also having board games, some novels and things like that too is good to have, to pass time and to bring your mind back to some form of normalcy when things was the way they used to be. Well guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Also be sure to subscribe. This little button in here in the corner of the video, you can click on that little button and subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when I upload a brand new video. See you in the next video, guys.